Disclaimer. The following video contains mentions of NSFW, not safe for work, content. If you're under the age of 18, do not watch this video, period. Hey guys. It's been a while since I've made my last video, hasn't it? Today, I'm gonna talk about someone you might have known, or at least heard of if you're in any logo-related communities. The person in question being Gawain Hale. For those who don't know who this guy is, in short, Gawain Hale is a British content creator who is well known for being a prominent member of the powerhouse of entertainment, TOE, which is a whole different rabbit hole in and of itself. On the surface, he seems like your innocent autistic YouTuber who has some experience in animation, visual effects, and graphic design. However, if you dig a bit deeper, you'll discover that this guy is not only weird, but a bit of a creep. Let's start off with something you guys probably already know about him, his interests, or rather, his fetishes. Gawain Hale has a thing for balloons, bubble gum, and anything that bounces and or inflates. In fact, if you go to his DeviantArt page, you'll find that a good portion of his artwork is related to his fetishes, which includes, but is not limited to, characters bouncing on something, characters riding balloons or bouncy walls, and the good old-fashioned inflation. In fact, his fetish content isn't restricted to his DeviantArt or Pixiv, which I'll get to later. His fetishes are also present in his YouTube videos.
Ooh, what a very funny smell!
I get it. Everyone has their own kinks. I usually don't judge kinks, but when I do, it's mainly because people like Gawain Hale are sharing it to a large group of people, especially children, which make up a majority of his audience. Since I'm on the topic of his fetishes, I think now is a good opportunity for me to bring up something Gawain's been posting about, Pixiv with a chance of Jello. Pixiv with a chance of Jello, which Gawain claims to be his next big thing, is an upcoming animation where Pixiv and her bunny friend, I forgot his name, are bouncing around in the Jello castle, from Cloudy with a chance of meatballs, and that's it. No plot, no anything. Gawain is essentially making a fetish movie starring a cartoon child. And speaking of cartoon children, number 2, his other interests. I'm gonna be blunt here, Gawain Hale is a pedophile. Gawain has openly shown an interest in cartoon children, as a majority of his fetish content stars cartoon kids. Not only does he draw and generate AI artwork of children bouncing on balloons, he also draws suggestive artwork of cartoon kids. Some examples include Bubbles twerking off with another character, Pixiv and her bunny friend twerking, the PBS Kids mascot spent over, and the worst one, the PBS Kids girl poking her brother's belly button while they're wearing swimsuits, might I add. Gawain has also favorited suggestive content featuring cartoon children on his DeviantArt page, which includes a ton of upskirt screenshots and a series of drawings where Unikitty, who is a minor, gets inflated by her brother. And if you thought that was bad on DeviantArt, it gets much worse on Gawain's other account, that being his Pixiv account. Not only does he repost his artwork from DeviantArt, he also posts artwork exclusive to his Pixiv, which includes characters farting out bubble gum. As for his favorites, or bookmarks, in this case, not only does Gawain bookmark fetish content, he also bookmarks borderline sexual content involving minors. Yes, Gawain Hale is that much into children. And remember when I said that Gawain Hale lives in Britain? Well, Britain is one of more than a dozen countries that outright prohibits fictional sexual content of children, according to Part 2, Chapter 2 of the Coroners and Justice Act 2009, meaning that the stuff Gawain is openly making and liking is not only messed up, but also mad illegal in his country. Number 3, his response. Gawain Hale tends to deny that his content is considered fetish content. For example, in his DeviantArt folder containing his balloon artwork, Gawain claims that his balloon artwork is not fetish-related, despite the sheer magnitude of balloon stuff he made contradicting his claim. Gawain also denies that he is a pedophile, as shown in his response to Chronic 999's call-out on him where he not only denies the claims, but also proclaims himself as the ultimate superhero of great content. Dude, a good portion of your stuff is fetish content involving cartoon children. I really wouldn't consider that type of content great, number 1. Number 2, the fact that you call yourself the ultimate superhero of great content shows that you have a bit of an ego. This isn't Gawain's only response to Chronic. Sometime after Chronic made another video covering Gawain, Gawain responded via a community post telling his fans to defend him and calling Chronic a killer. Gawain, I don't think anyone is gonna take your defenses seriously, and the fact that you're 26 and a half years old and acting like this doesn't make things any better. So, in conclusion, Gawain Hale is a 26-year-old pedophilic man-child who has a creepy, unreciprocated fascination for cartoon children bouncing on balloons and such. And before you say, oh, but he has autism and he doesn't know any better, do not give me that dumbass excuse. Just because he has autism doesn't mean he can get away with being a creep. I'm not even gonna give advice to Gawain, since he will not listen and continue doing God knows what. So here's my piece of advice to you all. If you're in contact, or in any way associated with Gawain Hale, I suggest, at the very least, blocking him or distancing yourself from him. I don't even think I need to say that since people are already doing just that. Since Chronic made his call out on Gawain, a ton of people have announced their distaste for Gawain and that they'll be cutting ties with him. Man and Star, the creator of POE10, announced that they will no longer be associating with him and that they're currently trying to reclaim their character from Gawain. So yeah, it seems that people are starting to see who Gawain really is. Anyways, that is all I have to say about Gawain Hale. I'm a last-minute update. As I was writing down the script for this video, Gawain made a post on his DeviantArt stating he will purge his favorites. Although he has yet to go through with that, he did end up removing his fetish-related folders. He also disabled comments on his DeviantArt account. It seems that Gawain is trying to remove any sort of evidence that goes against him and is not open to any sort of criticism made against him. Thankfully, I took screenshots way before he started doing that. Again, that is all I have to say about Gawain Hale. I'm out.